Diana here with FlexiFuse. We have a fun project for you. Spring's on its way, and this is a great project to make for spring. This one is using a denim jacket or a denim shirt, and I've already put the first piece on. Here's the bike that goes on the front, and I'm getting ready to make the bike that will go on the back. Okay, so we're on our Teflon mat, and I am building the bike. And what's great about the Teflon mat is I can put all my pieces down, and then I can lift this up and lay it onto the fabric and then put it into place. So when I'm using a Teflon mat, what I need to make sure is that I'm making sure my pieces that I'm putting down, if they have pieces that have to go underneath, that I make sure that I get those down first. So I'm looking at my numbers. This is a 34, the leaf is a 28, so I know that that leaf has to tuck underneath the flower. So I'm going to get my flower ready, but I'm also gonna have that leaf ready because it's going to tuck in behind. What's great about our product is you get this layout guide that goes underneath. And so there is a layout guide that's underneath right now, that's underneath my Teflon sheet, and it's all numbered, and it tells me exactly what piece goes where. So it's kind of like a puzzle. Okay, so we're ready to tack these pieces down. Okay, so I've moved the camera a little bit closer to the mat so that you can see the mat and you can see the numbers on it. So I've put those pieces in place, and I'm just gonna tap, just barely tap these down, because we will be lifting this all up. This will all be going onto the back of the jacket. When it goes onto the back of the jacket, then we will iron everything down completely. All right, so I'm just gonna keep moving this way and continue to watch my numbers and watch whether my leaves go underneath my flower or whether they go on top, and we'll finish this section off, and then I'm going to show you how we move this onto the back of the jacket. Okay, as you can see, I have finished building my design on the Teflon mat, and I'm ready to move it over to my denim shirt. The design is about 17 inches long, and so I wanted to decide where I wanted my design to be. So I've measured 17 inches, and I don't want my pleat at the top of my jacket to be in my design. So I've decided I want my tire to start right here. So what I've done is I've found the center of my jacket. So I just folded it in half, and I pressed a seam. You can't see it very well, but I pressed a seam right there so that you can see where that's going to be. So here's my Teflon mat. And what I'm gonna do is just barely just lift this up because we've just tacked it. So I just kind of want to get it picked up off the mat so that we can just move it over. Okay, so I've got my pieces. So I'm just gradually gonna move this over to my denim. Isn't that great? I love working on the Teflon mat. Okay, so here's where I want my tire, my center of my tire to be. So I'm gonna shift my whole design just a little bit. Right, so I have everything laying flat. Now's when we want to press it into place. So once we press this, it is permanently into place, and we are using an iron-on cotton, so it is a high temp. and we want to make sure that we press it down for about 5 seconds so that it stays down in place. So let's just check that one more time. So we're getting oops, that petal there. Okay, let's put it down. Okay, so I finished ironing my bike down completely. I've added these last 2 little designs right here. And I should have told you this at the very beginning, but I keep all the centers of my flowers in a bag like this. And then I put those on at the very end so they don't get lost. Here's a trick about those. I will use tweezers sometimes, and what I'll do is I'll just hold those in place with a pair of tweezers. And then I'll just use my iron and iron those down. Then those don't shift into out of place. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the middles of all my flowers, and then I'm ready to stitch this down. Because this is a garment and it might be washed, you're going to want to stitch this completely down. On the front, I used zigzag or a straight stitch. So you're going to want to stitch it all down, and then you're ready to wear it.